Playboy Mansion is for sale, but it comes with a hitch, and there are prices, perhaps the prices in the market are overvalued. Back with us this morning, our Fox 5 real estate expert, the no bull agent, Ken Kaplan. Ken, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, before we get to the Playboy Mansion, let's talk about this. Are we in a cycle of real estate being overvalued? There was an article in Fortune magazine saying yes.
You know, I think that there are a few different indicators that will let us know here in this first quarter to tell us if we are overvalued. Number one, houses will stay on the market for a longer period of time. We'll see reductions, and then we'll need to look at what the prices are that they actually sell for as opposed to what they were asking. Those are going to be probably the three main indicators. And inventory. I mean, are we going to see a lot more inventory coming on the market? I mean, we had a shortage of inventory towards the end of the year, but that also could be contributed to the fact that it was the holiday season. People didn't want to put their homes on the market. Really, this first 2-3 weeks of January and this first quarter is going to be a true indicator of where the market's going.
Okay, so let's stay with overvalued for just one more minute. What did we learn from what happened in '08 in terms of the signs leading up to a possible bubble burst? We're not in the same spot now, are we?
No, but here's the deal. I mean, you know, the real estate market is cyclical by nature. It always ebbs and flows. So we know that eventually things are going to start to come off a little bit. That's not the scary part. And the scary part that we had from the previous market was we had all these really terrible loans that were out there that were based on really nothing. And you were built on a house of cards in that previous market that burst in, you know, that '05, '06 era. And that's the problem. Nowadays, you have to be vetted so well. I mean, you know, I can't tell you the hoops you have to jump through for people who are interested in purchasing a home now. There's no way you're getting a home now unless you've got sufficient credit and you make sufficient income.
Okay, speaking of jumping through holes and jumping through hoops here, the Playboy Mansion is up for sale, Ken.
Yep. It is.
Price tag, what was it, like $200 million?
Yep, they're asking, from what I've read, $200 million.
Yikes.
Now, you know, I did have the opportunity to speak with one of the listing agents yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Mauricio Umansky, and very nice, and we spoke briefly. What I've read is that it's over 20,000 square feet, 29 bedrooms, and it's got a 4-bedroom guest house.
Wow.
What I've also read that is very interesting is the fact that they're saying that in their articles that I've read so far anyways, that Mr. Hefner comes with the house, that he has the right to stay at the house and the property until such time that he's no longer capable to do so or he wants to move out. I think the big question is, who wants to buy a house, have to go downstairs at 12 o'clock at night to make himself a snack? Hey, Mr. Hefner, you may want to move because I need the toaster. That's kind of a, you know, okay, how does that work? Well, the question is really, there's a 4-bedroom, from what I've read, there's a 4-bedroom guest house on the property as well.
Right.
Will he be residing there?
Sure.
In that case, there may not be such an issue, and there may not be any issue at all with someone purchasing the property saying, listen, you know, I don't mind living in the property as long as there's not somebody in the house per se. Those details I have not been able to get in touch with yet. We're still waiting on word back from Mauricio's people on the specifics.
Yeah,
and he's one of the listing agents. It's
I'll buy the $200 million mansion and then put Hugh Hefner in the guest house and make him pay some rent. How much do you think?
Yeah. You try and tell Mr. Hefner that he's going to have to move out of the house if he has to.
Let me ask you something, because we were talking about this yesterday when we heard about this story. Can people, when they're selling a house, can they put these kinds of stipulations on a sale of a house?
Absolutely. I mean, everything is negotiable.
Really?
I mean, of course, yeah. You could do a lease back. You can do a seller in possession. There isn't any restriction on that unless a lender doesn't allow you to do that. I mean, there are certain lenders that are going to say, listen, hey, you can rent back the house to the owner for up to 30 days. But if it's more than that, then it's not a primary residence. We're going to look at it as an investment property, which is going to be a totally different type of loan, as well as the fact that you're going to probably get a higher interest rate.
Yeah, rent back and lease back is one thing, but everybody, I think, just imagine you're buying the house, you move in, and then Hugh Hefner is living down the hall from you.
Hey, you know, the stories to be told could be amazing.
Is he still married to the 3 bunnies, or is that not a thing anymore?
I'm not sure, and I think the big question is, would any of the buddies convey with the property? You know, that may raise the value of the property.
Wow. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens if it sells or not. Ken, thank you. Always a pleasure. If you have any real estate questions for the Noble Agent, you can hit him up on Twitter at the Noble Agent. Thank you, Ken. Okay, if you want to receive any breaking news alerts, you can download the all-new